So let's start with the news part of this, if indeed there is any. I think Jerry Jones also said yesterday he still hasn't spoken to the agent, so they don't seem any closer today as training camp gets underway than they were at any other point to getting a deal done with Micah Parsons, and now he's saying this.
You've been chatting about it all morning, obviously, because it's a hilarious quote. Here's Jerry Jones at the Netflix premiere of the documentary. Run it, Foxy.
Well, I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The beautiful thing for networks or, if you will, streaming companies is that the NFL is a 365-day-a-year interest factor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Jones just said the quiet part out loud, and I mean loud, after his all-pro linebacker Micah Parsons requested a trade saying, "I no longer want to be here." Jerry literally went to a Netflix premiere and admitted that the Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days a year, and when things get boring, he stirs it up. The timing, chef's kiss levels of chaos.
The Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days.
Get ready, because we're witnessing peak Jerry Jones chaos in real time, and we're about to dissect exactly how the Cowboys became the NFL's most expensive train wreck. So here's what happened. First, Micah Parsons drops a trade request bomb that has Cowboys Nation in meltdown mode. Then, just days later, while Jerry was living it up at a Netflix premiere for his new docuseries, because of course there's a Netflix show about him, he dropped the most honest quote we've ever heard from America's GM. Not only did he admit the Cowboys are basically reality TV, but he bragged about creating controversy for attention. The timing of that quote, absolutely perfect Jerry Jones chaos. But here's the thing, this isn't just drama for drama's sake. There's actual method to Jerry's madness, and understanding it reveals everything wrong with how this franchise operates. So let's dive deep into both sides of this mess. Now, before we get into the Parsons situation that's got everyone losing their minds, let's talk about why Jerry Jones literally admitted to being a chaos agent. Because what he said at that Netflix premiere, that wasn't a slip up. That was a mission statement. Jerry Jones just told us exactly who he is, and we need to believe him. The Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days a year. When it gets slow, I stir it up. This man treats his football team like he's producing The Young and the Restless. And honestly, it's genius from a business perspective. Think about it. When was the last time you went more than a week without hearing about the Cowboys? They haven't won anything meaningful since the 90s, yet they're still America's team in the headline. That's not an accident. That's Jerry Jones understanding that controversy equals attention. Attention equals eyeballs, and eyeballs equal money. The Netflix docuseries he was promoting, it's called America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. Notice that title. It's not about football success, it's about the spectacle. Jerry's betting that you'll tune in for the drama even when the wins aren't coming. And based on the Cowboys' valuation as the most valuable sports franchise in the world, that bet is paying off. But here's where it gets complicated, and this is crucial to understand. Jerry's soap opera works for his bank account, but it's absolutely destroying his football team. You can't build championship culture when your owner is literally stirring up drama for entertainment value. And speaking of a drama-destroying football operations, let's talk about the Micah Parsons situation. Because if you want to see Jerry's chaos philosophy in action and how it's backfiring spectacularly, look no further than how he's handled his all-pro pass rusher. Micah Parsons didn't just request a trade, he went nuclear. "I no longer want to be here" isn't your typical contract negotiation posturing. That's a man who's done. And the timeline of how we got here, it's a masterclass in how Jerry Jones turns football decisions into soap opera episodes. Contract talks started in January. 6 months later, Parsons is demanding out what happened in between. Classic Jerry chaos. Instead of just getting the deal done quietly like normal franchises do, Jerry turned it into a months-long public drama. Every update became a storyline. Every meeting became a media event. And here's the thing, Jerry admitted he's not confident Parsons will even play week 1. Think about that. The Cowboys might start the season without one of the 3 best defensive players in the entire NFL because their owner prefers creating storylines over creating winning teams. But let's be fair here. This isn't entirely on Jerry. Parsons and his representation clearly wanted a massive deal, reportedly looking at numbers that would make him the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. When you're dealing with generational talent, those negotiations get complicated fast. The problem is Jerry's approach. While other owners handle these situations privately and professionally, Jerry turns them into public spectacle. And when you do that, you back both sides into corners where saving face becomes more important than making deals. Now here's where this gets really interesting, because there are actually valid arguments on both sides of this mess. And understanding both perspectives shows you exactly why Jerry's soap opera philosophy is both brilliant and catastrophic at the same time. Let's give Jerry his due. The man is a business savant. The Cowboys are worth $9.2 billion. That's not just the most valuable NFL franchise. That's the most valuable sports franchise on the planet. And a huge part of that value comes from Jerry's understanding that controversy keeps you relevant. Look at the numbers. The Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl since 1995, yet they still have the most merchandise sales, the highest TV ratings, and the most social media followers. That's not happening by accident. Jerry has built a brand that transcends winning and losing. From his perspective, paying Parsons $40+ million per year for a pass rusher, even a great one, might not make business sense when you're already the most valuable franchise without championships. Why break the bank for one player when the current formula is printing money? Plus, and this is important, Jerry's seen stars come and go. He's watched DeMarcus Ware leave. He's seen Dez Bryant demand trades. He's navigated countless contract disputes. His experience tells him that no single player is bigger than the brand he's built. And here's the really cynical part. Jerry might actually benefit from the Parsons drama. Think about it. We're all talking about the Cowboys right now. Sports media is obsessing over every detail. That attention is worth millions in free publicity, especially with a Netflix show dropping. But here's the flip side that Jerry seems to be ignoring, and it's the side that every Cowboys fan is living through right now. Because while Jerry's counting money, his team is falling apart. Cowboys fans have every right to be furious. They're watching their owner prioritize entertainment value over championship aspirations, and it's heartbreaking. Micah Parsons isn't just another player. He's a generational talent who could be the centerpiece of a championship defense. Since 2021, Parsons has 40.5 sacks and 13 forced fumbles. He was All-Pro in 2021 and 2022, and despite not making All-Pro in 2024, he's still one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league. This is the kind of player you build around, not the kind of player you let walk because you're more interested in creating storylines than building a lot of roster. And the timing makes it worse. The Cowboys actually have a championship window right now. Dak Prescott is in his prime. They've got weapons on offense, and their defense could be elite with Parsons anchoring it. But instead of maximizing that window, Jerry's playing games. Cowboys fans have endured nearly 3 decades of disappointment while watching their owner turn their franchise into a reality show. They deserve better than having their Super Bowl hopes sacrificed for Netflix content. The Parsons situation perfectly encapsulates the Jerry Jones era. Incredible business success built on football mediocrity. And for fans who just want to see their team win, that's absolutely maddening. So where does this leave us? Because Jerry's not changing, Parsons seems done, and Cowboys fans are caught in the middle. But there's actually a way this story could end that nobody's talking about. Here's what I think happens, and it's going to be classic Jerry Jones. He's going to let this drama play out for maximum attention value, then swoop in at the last minute with a massive deal that makes everyone forget about the chaos. Think about it. Jerry loves being the hero of his own story. What a better ending to this soap opera than Jerry Jones saving the day with a record-breaking contract that keeps Parsons in Dallas. The Netflix cameras are rolling, the attention is at its peak, and Jerry gets to be the genius who solved the crisis he created. But here's the scary alternative. Jerry might actually let Parsons walk, not because of money, but because the drama of losing a superstar creates even more storylines. Imagine the content possibility, how Jerry Jones lost a Hall of Famer, the Micah Parsons trade that changed everything, Cowboys fans in revolt. From a pure business perspective, Jerry might calculate that the long-term content value of this tragedy outweighs the short-term football impact. And if you think that's too cynical, remember, this is the man who literally admitted he stirs up controversy when things get boring. The truth is, Jerry Jones has created a system where he wins regardless of what happens on the field. That's brilliant business and terrible football leadership, and Cowboys fans are paying the price for that contradiction. So, what do you think? Is Jerry Jones a business genius playing 4D chess, or is he sabotaging his own team for entertainment value? And more importantly, how do you think this Micah Parsons saga ends? Drop your predictions in the comments, because honestly, with Jerry Jones involved, anything could happen. If you want to see more breakdowns of NFL chaos and drama, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, with Jerry Jones running the Cowboys, there's going to be plenty more content coming your way. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into America's most dramatic franchise, stay tuned where I'll break down more of the wildest NFL storylines. Until next time, keep watching the soap opera that is Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, because one thing's for sure, it's never boring in Jerry world.